Over here at Swag Radio and Swag Magazine, we interview the biggest stars. We interview the up-and-coming jokes that just trying to get their feet wet, get their name out there, their music heard. So we don't discriminate or play. Hey, so bring that ass over here at swagradioonline.com. I'll let you boys.
Yo, what's up? What's up? It's Trainers in the Black Knight from Swag Magazine and Swag Radio. And we got the privilege and the honor today to talk to two of the heavy hitters from the Chase Street production. What's going on, y'all? What's up, man? How y'all doing?
Oh, Swag, what's going on?
Yo, man, y'all trying to take over the world with what y'all doing right now. It's a movement right now, man. People going crazy. So what's up, man? What y'all trying to do to us? Talk to us.
Hey, Shakira, I'll let you start, Shakira.
Okay, well, thank you for inviting us to your show. We really appreciate that. Chase Street is definitely a movement. I mean, we have some really, really loyal fans that have been down for years, from the very beginning of the production, and they're just like really pushing us. And we've been well received. People are excited. We kind of have like little cult followings almost, so to speak, with towards the show and towards some of the characters of the show. And so, I mean, the feedback has been really tremendous.
I mean, Nate, did you expect this type of attention or reception?
I'm gonna be honest, I really did. I knew that the city of Camden alone, when you say Camden, New Jersey, everybody in the country wants to know about Camden, New Jersey, because Camden has had such a bad name for so long.
Mystique,
like
right.
when you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I knew that once people, once we put out a TV show about a series about the city of Camden, that we were going to get a lot of attention, because people want to see Camden. They've heard a lot, but they never really see it. You know
right.
what I'm saying? So I was very happy with,
That's good. And then when you travel, and no matter where you go in the country, and sometimes you're not even out of the country, and you tell them where you're from, they be like, "Whoa, Camden, New Jersey?" And you look at them like, we in New York City right now, or we in Detroit? You go, Chicago. So I don't know why, we'll never understand that. But what I do know is, they got to understand it. It's more than what the media portray about Camden. There's a lot of talented people here. There's a lot of good people here. So, what made y'all tap into that and bring that to the forefront, Shakira?
Well, as far as my participation and my involvement goes, I'm from New York, right? Okay. And I auditioned to be on the show a few years ago, and initially it was just a pilot that they were doing, and eventually that pilot turned into a whole season. But I just really love the story behind it. As you know already, I am one of the writers on the show, so to me, story is really, really important. And when one of the other producers, Thomas Freeman, told me about the character Maria, I was like, oh yeah, I definitely want to play her, because she sounds so awesome, to be kind of like, one of the few women that's really holding her own with the, with all the other gangsters. You know what I mean?
And you nailed it too, and you nailed it. You nailed it. What did you had to harness or tone into something, or think about another person that you met? Or how did you get that character like that?
Well, she's like a blend of different people that I've met, women and even some men. But I think for me, the most important thing for me is that I see Maria as a businesswoman, right? So I didn't try to play her as a man per se, but I knew she wasn't nothing to be, messed with. And, I grew up in Brooklyn. Like I said, I'm from New York. So, so it wasn't hard. It wasn't hard for me to kind of to put that persona on, because, you're a young woman. If you're a young woman growing up in a place like Brooklyn, you kind of have to be tough a little bit, in order to survive. But at the same time, I didn't want to I still wanted her to be, a woman, so it was definitely a balance there for me. So that's how I came up with her.
That's probably why she was so relatable, because we all got that woman in our family, right? We all know somebody like her,
Yeah.
And so as far as the writing was concerned, how did you tap into what was already going on with the other writers and with the story,
So Right. So, you know something, I was very fortunate because, you know, for a while I had been like, you know, like pretty much nagging Tom and Denny who were writing before me to give me a chance to write, because I let them know I could write, I could do this, you know, and, you know, they just had a lot of faith in me. They really just let me write for her. A lot of like what you see, I wrote for her. I had, you know, definitely a guiding hand in that, with the other producers, but they really gave me an opportunity to develop her. And, you know, I just jumped at that. That just made her even, you know, that much more easier for me to play. And I guess that's why she seems so convincing, is because, you know, I was speaking for her. So I felt really fortunate to do that.
Indeed. Well, it's a huge production. I mean, like it's so many people that y'all dealing with, and personalities, you know, like veterans that have been doing this for 1,000 years. They struggle with dealing with a small number of people. How did y'all manage dealing with so many people in this process, Nate?
It wasn't simple. But, you know, we got a bunch of passionate actors. And, you know, I mean, everybody loved this project, and everybody just gave us their heart. And when you're working with so many people that are so passionate about their work, you know, it makes it easier because they want to get this done. They really want this project, and they became the characters, and it was it was a lot of work because, like you said, there's a lot of people. You got a lot, but it's going to narrow down. And as the show grows, you're going to see, because it's basically about two families, but it's a lot. It's a lot going on.
It grew legs, right?
I don't want to tell too much.
Well, that was my next question. Yeah. That was my next question for the Queen. Now y'all set the bar kind of high. You being one of the writers, now what you gonna do for this next? You know.
Oh goodness. So I mean, like Nate said, we can't, you know, tell too much, but we are going to narrow down the stories to the most important characters. That's definitely one thing. We're definitely going to have some reoccurring favorites, you know, some of the veterans, like you mentioned before, like Terrell Hicks, you know, we're going to see again in the show. And essentially what I hope, and we might, have some new people too as well. But I think really it's going to be growth. And also one of the things that we've been playing with is going back in time a little bit to see how they became who they were, you know?
Right.
So I think that's always
good writing
interesting.
Right there. That's good writing right there.
Yeah.
That's when you show your writing chops right there, when you got to go back in time.
When we go back in time, exactly. So, you know, you get to see why Maria is the way Maria is, you know, you get to see why, you know, Sparks is the way he is, and everybody else, you know. So we haven't really, you know, I don't want to really tell too much, but like, you know, like I said before, but I think the characters are going to, we're going to just dive in a little bit deep with them, and they're going to become a little bit more personal. To the audience, you know, and people are going to definitely be able to say, okay, I could feel that, you know, whether right or wrong or indifferent, you know what I mean? I think people are going to really be able to appreciate like the humanity that we put on these people, you know, whether or not they're good people or bad people. I think ultimately, like what we're trying to say as a whole is that, you know, people are allowed to grow.
Right.
Make mistakes,
the 40-something-year-old train ain't nothing like the 20-something-year-old train. You know?
Exactly.
So and that's good that you go back like that. Because rest in peace to the great lad. You know, I'll chop a name up, so I'm not even gonna say his name right now. But you know, Black Panther. Remember in one of his interviews, he said
Chadwick Boseman.
Thank you kindly, ma'am. I remember in one of his interviews, he said when he was doing one of his first shows that he was working on, he wanted to know more about the character. He wanted to know how he got the way he was. You know, y'all talk about he got done in his job. What got him to that point? So I always love a production when they tap into that. You know, how did that person get that way? So that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Nate, you have the challenge. You have the challenge of putting this all together and making it make sense to the world. So what's that process like for you, Ben, so far?
it's been, you know, like I said, I got a great team. Excuse me. And when you have a great team then we all work together. We blew this thing up from the teamwork. You know, there was a lot of great talent in the city of Camden, so we was able to use that talent that we used. You know, a lot of great talent that, you know, and that's one thing, by Camden being in the middle between Philadelphia and New York, it's kind of hard for Camden people to, you know, to get acknowledged from Philadelphia or New York. So we used a lot of people from out of Jersey. We put this team together that we all just worked together. The community even got involved. Everybody got involved with Chase Street. Everybody wanted to be part of
a movement. It's a cult. Yeah. Report y'all, man. Y'all got. I'm just hoping that y'all don't come out and get people to drink poisonous juice or something.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful thing, though, man. Yeah, that's
and me coming involved, I just knew if I can get everybody to work together as a team. See, because I've been in this entertainment game
that
for
was
a
my
long
next
time.
That was my next question. I was going to ask you to give them a little bit of your resume, and as well as you, my queen, to let them, because some people think people just these people are not capable of doing things like that. They just come out the closet. No, y'all have, these are talented people that have been doing things for a long time that mastered the ability to do the things that they're doing right now. So please, starting with you, Nate, let them know a little bit about yourself, man, and things that you've done already.
I'm gonna say I started in the 80s. In the town.
You that old, Nate? I thought you was 24.
In the 80s, brother. I started in the 80s with Jazzy Jeff from Fresh Prince and Cash Money and Marvelous. And it went from there to Eric B. and Rakim, you know, managing Eric B. and Rakim. And it went from there to pretty much doing marketing and promotion for major labels all over the country. So I've been in the industry a long time, and this industry is a small circle. Even with the film and the music, it's a lot of the same people in that circle, because
you can't talk about one person and think that they ain't gonna get to that person because everybody know everybody that's in that circle, wrong or right, you know?
Right.
Yeah, so that's why everything I said about Nate be nice, you know. But anyway, same question for you, love.
So I've been acting for, I want to say, about 15 years. But even before that, I started off at NYU, the film school. Wow. Yeah, I actually, my training really is behind the scenes in writing and directing, and acting was just something that kind of happened to me. You know what I mean? And it was just an opportunity that happened, and I took it, I ran with it, and I got to see the production process from being in front and behind the camera. So that was great. And so I've done like independent films in the past. Some stuff already is on, like, you know, Amazon. You can check that out. And most recently, I just directed my first feature film. Okay. So I'm really excited about that. It's called Black Money. So, you know, I like to push forward. I like to grow and evolve as an artist. And one thing I could definitely say about the Chase Street team, well, family, really. One, we really do have good chemistry with one another because we really get along well. Like all of the producers and writers behind the scenes, like we get along so very well with one another. And they've always given me an opportunity to kind of try different things on the show, whether it be writing. I even got a chance to direct some stuff at one point in the show too.
That's awesome.
You know?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You
so
know, when people you know, open up lanes or allow other people to grow or be their shining selves, that's a beautiful thing, man. Because, you know, they say that's hard with us. You know, that's kind of hard.
Oh yeah.
That's what they say. So y'all got something really good here, man. I'm excited right now, man.
That's what I wanted to open up the doors, not only for the actors, but for people that made music. I wanted to bring everybody together as a team. And see, I always knew, like, I tried to tell the rappers years ago, like, you know, instead of y'all spending your little $10,000-$15,000
On videos.
on trying to record a song and market it and all that, why don't y'all all, because it's so many, everybody put all your money together and put one artist out. Push that one artist, spend all your money, buy everything that you need, radio, everything that you need, blow that artist up, and then let him pull another one in, another one in, another. It's like pulling teeth. So on this project, I got everybody to work together as a team. You know, I'm pulling everybody in. So, you know, like, all right, you do music, you do, I got people doing Foley's, I got people doing this, acting, makeup. I want everybody to be a part of this here and grow with each other. You know what I'm saying? And we said, yo, we're going to blow our own up. Let's blow our own up. We're going to bring in other stars from all over the country, but we're going to mainly concentrate on our own. Let's blow them up.
That's beautiful.
That's, you know, and you know, now, you know, Chase Street did, you know, is doing pretty well. We brought one of the Roku channels called Filmality TV now, Filmality, because our stuff is filmality. You know what I'm saying? If you look at our characters, you know, some people say, yo, y'all stuff is so raw. Yeah. And then like if we film and we go to a crib and we say, yo, we're gonna use this house.
Right.
And the house could be had all white furniture with a big red Kool-Aid stain. We're not cleaning that thing up. We're gonna use right there with the big red Kool-Aid stain and all. That's like reality. That's real.
That's the reality. That's real.
Exactly.
That's real. If you go in there and it's all pristine with no stains and nothing like that, come on now.
Exactly.
Right. That's what
exactly. I remember we went into this one house we was filming. And he's like, man, look at all these dishes in this. I'm like,
no, keep them dishes in there. Somebody else keep dishes. That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
It's real, you know.
In the events, I mean the shows and the things that's been out before Chase Street, the things that we like about those type of shows is that the realness about it. And I felt that when I watched Chase Street. But I got one real quick question.
We want you to feel like you're part of that. Because every hood, every state I've been in got a hood just like Camden. Everywhere I go.
It's not a hood is not unique. It's not a new thing, right? We didn't invent the hood. You know what I'm saying?
You know, we didn't. We didn't. Good. You know, and we try to make it where everybody feel like, yo, because it basically the political drama stuff that's going on, it goes on in every urban community. For real. You know what I'm saying? So we're not telling nobody nothing new. We just showing them what happened in our city. And see, you know, it's not a what you say, this was a true story, but it is a true story because all we did was take things that happened in our city.
Exactly.
And of course we didn't do it in the order that it did, but these things actually happened.
Indeed.
At one point in time in the 90s.
Right. Real quick, for the Queen, real quick, I gotta ask you this. You get the last question. The Queen get the first and the last question. I have 3 daughters. My partner, world famous, has 2 daughters. The women, in your opinion, how are the women portrayed in Chase Street? The things y'all got going on compared, you know, not even compared to other places. But how do you feel like the women are being portrayed? Are they getting you know?
You know what? I think for the most part, well, let me just say this. First of all, you know, we try to stay as true to life as possible, right? But even with that said, I think the women tend to be like the source of light in the show, because you do have a lot of positive women, a lot of women that want to make change. Even with Maria, even though she's on the other side of the law, she's still trying to run the family business. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So when you see her, there's a level of respect. So I think with all the women, no matter like what their walk is, like we try to make it so that they own it. You know what I mean? Right. That they're not necessarily weak characters. I feel like all the women on the show, just about all of them, are pretty strong. Wouldn't you agree with that, Nate?
Yeah.
And that's reality too, because me and Nate can sit here and bear witness to, I got a lot of uncles but it was always my grandmama and my aunts and them that was the strength of the family. My Aunt Janice, who just passed away, was the one who used to go with me to check out my bullies. What's his name again? Let's go see him. And she was the one that pushed me to fight this guy. Don't be scared or whatever. It was my aunt. It was my
That's
aunt.
right.
So, it's important for me anyway to see that in our art as well as real life.
Yeah.
Exactly. When I was young, my grandma told me when I came home running the first time, she was like, "You better take your behind back out there and whoop that."
I know that.
You better not ever come. You better not ever run up to this door again.
Right.
And
and definitely with Maria too. Like, I think even though she's strong, I think like with her relationship with Hav, who was her husband, I think she pushes him to go after more and be more and feel entitled. Whether or not her means to an end, might be questionable, but she pushes him for sure. Like to, like you gotta take it here. You know what I mean? If I'm here, you better take it here. That's the type of woman she is. So
that's what's up. Like everybody else, I'm extremely excited to see where y'all go from here because I'm a fan. I mean, it's a beautiful thing what y'all doing. The writing is beautiful. The acting, some of the actors just messed me up. I know Puerto Rich for a long, long time. We play his music heavy on Swag Radio. To see Puerto Rich act the way he did, I was like, wow, Puerto Rich is a real freaking actor because it was believable. So congratulations, man, to Chase Street, man. Keep it up, man.
Thank you.
And I can talk to y'all for 1,000 hours.
Thank you for having us.
I can talk to y'all for 1,000 hours. They won't let me, but y'all can end it off by giving social medias or whatever y'all want to say to end this interview out. Anything y'all
Make sure y'all check us out on Amazon Prime or Roku TV, Apple, Amazon Prime. That's all I'm gonna say. Cause I mean, this look for Chase Street. You Google Chase Street, it's gonna come up. We're on quite a few different networks.
Okay.
That's the most important thing. Watch it, check it out, and learn about the city of Camden. Because you'll see the real feel of Camden when you watch Chase Street.
Yep.
How about the Queen?
Well, I just want to say thank you again for letting us come onto your show. We really appreciate it. Indeed. Keep watching Chase Street. Thank you for giving us an opportunity to grow the movement. Look out for season 2 because season 2 is definitely going to blow season 1 out the box. If you like season 1, you're going to really, really, really like season 2. And we have some plans for, for distribution for that. So, we're going to be everywhere. You're going to see us in a lot more places very soon.
Well, y'all heard it from two of the most official heads on the Chase Street process. So, tune in. Swag Radio, Swag Magazine, Chase Street. Stay tuned. We love y'all over here. Keep up the good work. Oh, and shout out to the new vice president, VP of this country. And she's a woman. So woman power, baby. Swag Radio.
Oh, that's right.
Chase Street.
So check it out, man. It's simple. You want to be on Swag Radio? You want to get your music heard? You want to get your beats played? Spoken word, your poetry? Hit us up. Send your submissions to train@swagradioonline.com.